This is Dr. and welcome to Wrestling Time Post Show. It is November 22nd, 2023, and tonight I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite. All right, but I'm not alone. Joining me for this review is Michael. All right, so let's kick things off talking about this Better Than You Baby segment. All right, so I thought it was interesting that Adam Cole went out there with MJF. I was not expecting Adam Cole to be out there, especially. Oh, we got our hi JJ.
Hey JJ.
Especially because he's still technically injured. I know he was at Full Gear, but I just thought that was interesting that he was out there. And they were just basically talking about how he's the greatest champion of all time and how it's supposed to be, how Adam Cole has bad news that he's not even close to being able to wrestle. And the interesting part is the devil appears, he laughs, and then Samoa Joe comes out of nowhere. I thought that was interesting. But one thing they thought was even more interesting was the fact the devil didn't appear at Full Gear where Adam Cole was there. Before we continue, who do you think the devil is?
Well, I think the devil, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it could be Adam Cole. But to me, I think it could either be maybe, Adam Cole could have recorded himself because, how when, it's 2023, there are ways of recording and editing stuff. So it could either be, in my opinion, Adam Cole, or I'm going to take a long shot with this. Maybe it is Jack Perry.
But why Jack Perry? What would Jack Perry have to do with?
Well, I think, since Jack Perry is, has been suspended, and maybe this would be, a way of bringing Jack Perry back. Maybe him disguise himself as a devil. And so when he comes back, maybe he'll get MJF and he could get maybe like a AEW World Championship match out of it.
Okay. I personally think it's Adam Cole, baby. I know people are like, oh, he's injured, but I mean, it makes the most sense for me to be Adam Cole because if you remember at All In, Adam Cole had no hesitation whatsoever attacking MJF while MJF hesitated. He didn't want to attack Adam Cole, but Adam Cole had no hesitation. Not to mention, as far as I know, I haven't read anything about Adam Cole being injured.
No.
I haven't read any reports or any sources that said that Adam Cole is legitimately injured. I'm not saying that he's faking it, but I'm just saying what if his injury wasn't as serious as he's making it out to be? I'm telling you, I don't know, I feel like it's Adam Cole. It makes the most sense. Because think about it. They took out the Acclaim. Not to mention in this promo, he was encouraging MJF to accept Samoa Joe's offer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's why would Adam be doing that? A red herring.
A red herring.
A red herring. Well, yeah, it could be. I don't know. I mean, if it proves to be Adam Cole, I'm gonna just be like, I told all you guys it was Adam Cole.
Yeah, because at first when Adam Cole went on this sort of injury, I you could tell he was probably maybe faking it because a lot of people and I even said this in my review when Adam Cole was this, maybe he's playing us, maybe this is all a work done by him.
Mm-hmm.
So in the back of my mind, I still think that this is all a ruse, a swerve.
Yeah, I think so too. Let me see. We honor Roderick Strong is smoking the injury, so people would believe that Adam is seriously injured. Exactly.
Adam! Adam!
Adam! I just wanted to say, I feel sorry for anybody named Adam. Their lives have probably never been the same since Roderick Strong started randomly screaming Adam.
Hey, it's getting over. It's getting over with the people.
You know, I was so disappointed they didn't have that shirt for sale at the store, at the merchandise stand at Full Gear in slash Collision.
Oh,
I was so disappointed. That's the one shirt I really wanted to buy, and I was so disappointed they didn't have it.
that would be cool.
Adam! I know an Adam, and I say that to him all the time, and he just laughs.
Or Roderick Strong did it to MJF where he's like, Max! Max!
Max! Max! Or did you see on Quay, he was like, action!
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I was
anyway,
like,
to keep going.
I was like, I seen his neck brace on. I'm like, man, like in that backstage segment, he was like, it looked all brown and stuff. I was like, is it dirty? Does Roderick Strong wash this?
Nor did they have Tony Storm. How dare they not have the merch of the Hollywood storyline? Right? They didn't have Tony Storm merchandise. How do you not have that?
And
They
I'm
did have a
loving her
really
gimmick.
cool Scissor Me shirt where it was like all black and it said Scissor Me in the wording of the Hollywood sign, which I thought was pretty cool. But it's
Sesame
like,
Daddy.
all right. So then Samoa Joe comes out and he basically, wants to get his opportunity at the world title. And MJF, at first, it seems like he's gonna deny it, but Adam Cole talks him into accepting this challenge. And one of the things that MJF says is, he says, wouldn't be the first ROH legend he beat twice in Chicago. And of course, like MJF wants to do the challenge tonight, but Samoa Joe doesn't accept. And we find out that at World's End, he's going to challenge MJF for that world title. In my opinion, I think Samoa Joe needs to win because otherwise he relinquished the ROH TV title for no reason.
Exactly. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but what were your thoughts on this segment?
I thought this was a very good segment. I like that they came out there. Adam Cole's just sitting there in the middle of the ring, and right after, or like I think like right before, like the Devil came on, you kind of saw Adam Cole like smirking a little bit, like he was looking at MJF and he was
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you else noticed that, but me and Datila spotted that.
Hmm. Just like how on Raw, Damian Priest wasn't wearing red. I mean, wasn't wearing purple. So
Yeah,
yeah. So then we also find out that later on, when Adam Cole does his interview, we find out he tells Roderick Strong that he's not his best friend anymore. And I don't know about you, but Matt Taven's reaction to that was
that
so
was
hilarious.
hilarious.
He was like he was so shocked to hear that.
He kind of felt bad for Roderick Strong, like like his facial expression after
You,
that.
he looked like somebody who was trying to act surprised at that. You get me? When you know something and then somebody tells you it and you gotta like act surprised. That's
Exactly.
what it looked like to me.
I kind of figured that at some point Adam Cole was just going to snap at Roderick Strong and say that.
Right?
I kind of felt it coming,
I felt bad. I felt bad for Roderick Strong.
saying,
All right, so we get an Orange Cassidy interview, and he's basically trying to announce something, but he gets interrupted by Wheeler Yuta. So this leads into a trios match. It took Orange Cassidy and Katsuyori Shibata versus Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, and Jake Hager. We find out what Orange Cassidy's announcement is, and it's Danhausen. Danhausen is officially back, it seems. I was actually really happy to see Danhausen. I like Danhausen. What about you?
I like Danhausen. I think he's fun. And
Hey,
like when seeing this like this promo, like there was promos of him Tony Khan like trying to get Danhausen back, and then it would be like, very nice, very evil. And when we saw those promos, I thought that this was gonna be a way of maybe Danhausen as a heel, but it wasn't that because he comes out there and he's a baby face.
Yeah, I actually really thought this was a fun match. I thought this was a fun little match, and the
This was a
inclusion
fun
of
match.
Danhausen made it much more fun, especially when he whips out Jake Hager's hat. He's like, "I like that." And then he
I wasn't
curses Jake Hager.
expecting I wasn't expecting the purple bucket hat to come out and make an appearance on Danhausen.
Yeah,
And of course,
yeah,
Kirsten.
you gotta feel bad for Roddy. Loses his best friend. Been suffering from the longest neck injury of all times. I wonder who's gonna have the longer injury, Roderick Strong or Bob Orton Jr. Remember, he broke his wrist. It was
Mhm.
broken for years, apparently.
I think it's gonna be maybe Roger Strong. Maybe he'll overtake that.
Yeah,
But
but
I feel like Roger Strong, it's just a ruse, with the neck brace. I don't think his neck is that long of an injury.
no, the bucket had made the whole match. Yeah,
It
it
did.
did. That was a really fun match. But Hook, Orange Cassidy, and Katsuyori Shibata are victorious, and it seems like the I don't know what they're calling themselves now, but it seems like ever since JAS broke up, they've just been falling apart.
It was funny in my watch along. I mistaken Shibata and I called him Okada.
Oh wow, that's a botch.
I know. And yes,
Okay.
Datila doesn't. I know Datila botches at points in her
Oh
reviews, but
God, no.
I botch as well. So at least Brett Michaels didn't sign with AEW.
Well, just because I called Joaquin Wild Joaquin Phoenix and I called
And that
Bret
too.
Hart Bret Michaels, it's just happened twice, okay?
I know.
Okay, it's just twice.
Somebody
But
don't somebody don't make a whole botch video on Datila with her botches.
so what he's be alluding to is the fact that during my Raw review, I accidentally called Bret Hart Bret Michaels. I don't even know why I did that. I wasn't watching Rock of Love. I wasn't even listening to Poison.
Look at
Classic.
Chris's movies and more's comment.
Bret Michaels is a wrestling legend. Okay. Let's move on to Christian's rechristening. So he said that he didn't lose the match. Nick Wayne didn't lose the match. Luchasaurus lost the match for them. And he says that was unacceptable. And he wanted to, since Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne are both his children, he wanted to recreate them into his image. So he starts calling Luchasaurus Killswitch, which is his finisher. And like you could tell, like Luchasaurus was hesitating to take the knee because Christian Cage was telling him to take the knee, and he looked like he really didn't want to do that. Nick Wayne, on the other hand, didn't hesitate. Like he took the knee, and it's funny that Christian Cage was giving all his attention to Nick Wayne. He called him his son, the golden boy. He says he loves him like a son, and so he's the prodigy Nick Wayne. And when his mom came out, like he just said some really nasty stuff to her, like saying that he only made that she was a terrible mother, that she made 40,000 a year, that if his dad were alive, he would have disowned him. And like when Luchasaurus got in between them, like he shoved him and he almost hit it with the concerto. I was like,
Hmm.
holy smokes. But I honestly feel like this is the beginning of Luchasaurus, or should I say Killswitch, turning on Christian Cage. But up until this point, what did you think of this segment?
I thought this was a really good segment, and this is not the first time that Christian has insulted Nick Wayne's mother and said, "Oh, you failed, Nick Wayne, failed your son." And I was expecting Christian to almost do the concerto to Nick Wayne's mom. I thought that was very tense there. And it looks like maybe that Luchasaurus or Kill Switch, because on commentary they were like, "Oh, Luchasaurus Kill Switch, whatever the hell he is."
Hmm.
I think that he's at some point he's going to be turning babyface. I think he's going to be turning uh, babyface on Christian Cage. He's going to be out of his little group, so I think
I
it's
think
only going to be him and Nick Wayne. It's
I
only
think
going to
so
be
too.
Christian and Nick Wayne.
Roxanne Perez is a real prodigy. I wonder what the prodigy Roxanne Perez thinks about the prodigy Nick Wayne, not Nick Wayne. That's true. Christian Cage is AEW's Biff Tannen from Back to the Future. I never watched
Thank
Back
you.
to the Future for all the times I rag on you about not watching Zoolander
Oh my God,
or Talladega Nights. I've never seen Back to the Future. We're even.
Datila, please watch Back to the Future. It's my favorite film of all time.
I'll watch Back to the Future when you finally watch Zoolander.
All right, which will
All right.
possibly be a long time.
Okay, it's gonna be a long time before I watch Back to the Future. All right,
Or even.
so Adam Copeland comes out and like he basically saves Nick Wayne's mom, and like Luchasaurus saves Christian Cage from Adam Copeland here,
Look at
but he doesn't save Nick Wayne, and you could see like in Christian Cage reacting to like that was his son that they were doing that to, and he was just like on his knees, and he was being all dramatic. So I do think this is setting the stage for Luchasaurus to exit the group.
yes.
Let me see. How dare you? Is it because I haven't watched Back to the Future?
Yes.
Back to the Future is an 80s classic. I'm sure it is. So, but I thought this was a very good segment. Like I said, it's definitely planting little seeds.
Mhm. I think so too. And who else would be added as Luchasaurus exit the group? Who do you think is going to be added to Christian Cage's group along with Nick Wayne?
I don't know if they'll add someone, but I do think that it'll only be a matter of time before Nick Wayne also turns on Christian Cage.
And I think after that, maybe we're going to go into the feud with Christian Cage and Adam Copeland because I feel that that's going to be around the corner.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to feud, and then they'll slowly become Adam and Christian, A and C.
Because they said that, they want to go for the tag titles.
Yeah.
Adam Copeland said that, and maybe that will be a point where they probably retire or Adam Copeland retires.
Mm-hmm. So we get a quick Anna Jay interview, and she's basically like upset at all the guys because they don't know if they're there to help her or to hurt her. And then, like, as they're walking away, Ruby Soho calls Angelo Parker, which I thought was interesting. What did you think of that segment?
I thought it was, okay. I was like, all right, the Angelo Parker, Ruby Soho stuff. This is all going to lead to Angelo Parker and a Ruby Soho love story, maybe. It's
Yeah,
leading to that route.
yeah, it definitely is. And I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So I can't wait. We get timeless Toni Storm accepting the women's title, which I thought was so hilarious. She's like reading, like she's at the freaking Oscars.
She's like, I want to thank Jack Warner, Warner Brothers Discovery. I want to thank
Anthony.
Andrew Khan. Anthony Khan. I want to thank him. I want to thank also Hikaru Shida. Like, I like how the way she said it in that tone. I'm loving what they're doing with Toni Storm. I think this is the best that Toni Storm, has been in this role.
Same. I'm really digging this timeless Toni Storm character. She's killing it with this character. So
Can you imagine if she was still in WWE, how this would have been handled? If she would have had this gimmick?
I think it would have been a little differently, that's for sure.
A little bit cringy and corny, in my opinion, if they did that in WWE with Toni Storm.
Yeah.
This is handled better.
So Skye Blue crashes her party, and it leads into Anna Jay versus Skye Blue versus Ruby Soho. And I really like the fact that Ruby Soho has like a little moment here with Angelo Parker, and then like when I think it's Skye Blue that trips her, she lands on Angelo Parker, and they're just having that little moment. I really like the fact that Saraya and Matt Menard are just trying to like break them apart here. They don't want them to together.
Oh, I forgot to mention during the Toni Storm thing. Did you see her trip as she made her way up the stage?
I did not.
It was hilarious.
You love Skye Blue? Yeah, Skye Blue is cool. I don't think she's Skye Blue anymore. I think she's dark blue now.
She's improving, in my opinion. She, like, before this, before her winning matches, she was just green as grass.
Yeah.
I think she's improving now that she is, dark blue now.
or dark. I don't know if that's her official name, but I'm calling her Dark
We'll
Blue.
call it Dark Blue.
I'm calling her Dark Blue. And I feel bad for Anna Jay because of all the chaos going on on the outside. She ended up taking a cutter, and Sky Blue was victorious. I mean, they were in her hometown of Chicago, so it's no surprise there. But what do you think of this match?
Just okay. It was just okay. Your typical, women's match. Didn't blow me away. Didn't really do anything for me. Although Sky Blue ended up winning. I mean, she's on a winning streak so far.
Yeah, she is. We get a Wardlow interview where he basically says that the world doesn't revolve around MJF, and he gets interrupted by AR Fox. He ends up headbutting AR Fox. So it seems like we might get like a little, if not a match, maybe like a mini feud between them. It seems like it, but they're definitely stalling because I think the plan would be to ultimately do Wardlow versus MJF for that title.
Mhm. I would think so too.
And what do you think of that segment?
I thought it was pretty good. We are definitely going to have like a little feud there with Warlow and AR Fox, which I once again botched in my watch along. I called them Ortiz.
You call them Ortiz?
I called AR Fox Ortiz.
Wow.
Oh my god, two botches in one watch along.
And you were making fun of me for calling Bret Hart Bret Michaels.
Yeah. We're even, Datila. We're even.
We are. All right, so tonight we also got 3 Continental Classic Gold League matches. The first one was actually the opener, was Swerve Strickland versus Jay Lethal. Now, before we get into this match, let's talk about the rules here. The tournament rules: 20-minute time limit, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. Everybody's banned from ringside. Now, these were some of the participants on the gold side, on the blue side. And like I said, the first match was Swerve Strickland versus Jay Lethal. I thought this was a really great match. And in my opinion, Swerve Strickland needed to win this after getting that momentum, after getting 2 victories over Hangman Adam Page. I mean, being there live, seeing this Texas death match was freaking epic. And it was totally like sick. That was alongside the ladder match, that was my favorite match of the night.
Yeah,
seeing that match live, holy smokes. I have pictures and videos of that match.
Sean Spears 10 out of 10 match that was.
Yeah, that was a Sean Spears perfect 10. But it's so surprised that he got the victory here. And honestly, I think he's a favorite to win this whole tournament. What about you?
I would think so. I mean, him coming off that Texas death match with Page, he had a pretty good shot at winning this tournament.
I definitely agree. I mean, when you look at everybody else who's in this tournament, I feel like his chances are probably the best out of anybody.
Yeah. But we all know that the tournament could possibly become predictable because Tony Khan, he's booked tournaments, in the past for Dynamite, and they've all ended up becoming predictable.
Yeah. The second match we got also a goal lead was Roosh versus Jay White. This was another fun match. I actually enjoyed this match. But I feel like this was a tough match to kind of call because on one hand, you don't want Jay White to lose here since he did lose at Full Gear at Full Gear. He definitely needed to get the victory, but at the same time, Rush was on a roll. He was freaking amazing in that ladder match.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good match as well. Roosh and Jay White, they're both really good in the ring, but I was leaning to Jay White win the match because he lost at Full Gear. There is no way that they're gonna make him lose the match here.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. So Jay White did win this, but he won because he went low. He gave a low blow and the ref was distracted, and then he hit the Blade Runner. So he found a way to win.
Yeah, it's good on Jay White for winning. Like he needed this win.
Yeah, he did. He needed the win. I'm sure Roosh would be fine.
Yeah,
but
Roosh is okay.
Yeah, Roosh will be okay. Jay White agreed. Jay White needed the win more. And the last match in the Gold League side was actually our main event. It was Jon Moxley versus Mark Briscoe. Let me see. Rush versus Jay White was match of the night. Yes, it was. AEW has the worst booked women's division within the city. Yes, they do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They do. They are the worst.
And I'm like, where's Serena Deeb? We haven't seen Serena Deeb in a while. Where has she
Right?
been?
Right. Exactly.
The
Um,
AEW Women's Division is really missing Serena Deeb.
yeah. Honestly, I still feel like Impact has the best women's division. So the main event was John Moxley versus Mark Briscoe. I don't know about you, but I feel like this match is a little predictable. Don't get me wrong, I like the match, but I feel like it was probably the most predictable one of the three. You
The,
know,
the match could have went either way because going into this match, I'm like, all right, Moxley and Briscoe, Mark Briscoe, tough choice on who might win the match because they're both very good. But then as the match progressed in the end, I was like, okay, Moxley is going to come out winning the match. It could have gone either way.
like, yeah, I see what you mean, but I'm not surprised John Moxley won here. Not surprised the least bit. I feel like, do you think John Moxley's situation was the same as Jay White? He lost at Full Gear, so he had to win here tonight, or you think he would have been okay if he lost to Mark Briscoe?
I think he would have been okay if he lost to Mark Briscoe. I mean, nothing would really change if he would have lost the match, but still he could pick it up, Moxley.
Yeah. I feel like the tournament is designed for Brian Danielson. However, I want Mark Briscoe to take it with his brother's passing this year. I feel like it would be a feel good moment. That is true.
Yeah,
It would be a feel good moment for Mark Briscoe to win. So at the end of the night, how it stood was these are the people that had 3 points: John Moxley, Swerve Strickland, and Jay White. Everybody else has 0 points. So I don't think they've said like what happens if if you lose your match. Yeah. So are you out of the tournament?
I would probably say yeah because it's a round robin tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I think
if there's an elimination, it might come later on in the tournament.
yeah. So
I think it goes by who might have the most points after the completion of their matches. And so maybe whoever has the lowest maybe is out, but who do I know? That's my
yeah, we'll have to
prediction.
wait and see. We have to wait and see. But at the end, Mark Briscoe does shake John Moxley's hand, showing a sign of respect to him.
That was great.
Yes, it was. So on a scale from 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10, what would you rate tonight's show?
Well, it was a very good show tonight. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10?
Mhm.
I agree. I think a 9 out of 10. I feel like what stopped us from being a Sean Spears perfect 10 was just a few things, you know? I feel like no disrespect to the women, but I just feel like I don't know. Like I really did like that timeless Tony Storm segment. I really did, and I liked all the matches.
Bravo. Bravo.
But why did you give it a 9 out of 10?
Just the women's match, the women's triple threat match, or trios match, whatever you want to call it. I just thought it was just okay. It wasn't mind blowing or great as the other matches were tonight. From the three Continental Championship matches, from the MJF segment with Adam Cole. I
Yeah,
just thought the women's match kind of dragged it down like a point for me.
it's not their fault though.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault. It's just
It's
the
creative.
booking. It's the creative and the booking. So I have to agree with you on that, unfortunately. But like I said, it's not their fault. No disrespect to them whatsoever. It's just
I mean,
creative and the booking.
I agree with Cassidy 18 Studios, saying, AEW has the worst booked women's division within the states. I mean, Tony Khan should be making the women's division, a little bit better. And there was talks about who the signee was at Full Gear, and I knew that once Will Ospreay's name was, announced, I knew it was going to be predictable. I wasn't surprised by it, but a lot of people are saying, "Oh, this might be a chance for Tony Khan to sign Mercedes." Can you imagine if we got Mercedes in the AEW Women's Division?
I don't think bringing in Mercedes is going to help the division unless they change the booking and actually give them storylines. I mean, you're doing it for Toni Storm. Why is it so hard to give everybody else a concrete storyline, you know? So
I agree. And thank God it wasn't Goldberg.
right. Okay. Well, where can people find you, Michael, as we get
Well,
ready to sign off?
you can find me at my channel down here, Michael101591. I do Monday Night Raw reviews every Monday, AEW Dynamite every Wednesday, SmackDown Friday, review pay-per-views, for WWE, AEW. I do movie reviews, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates, have old school commercials on my channel. So if you all want to get a little nostalgic, throw it back to the good days, check out those. And I do lives, at points. I just did a watch along tonight for tonight's Dynamite. So definitely go check that out. Check out my channel, subscribe, and, have some fun on my channel.
Yeah, Michael has a fun channel, that's for sure.
Thank you. And I appreciate Datila, always having me on for these reviews. It's just a lot of fun. And, it gives, my thoughts and her thoughts on, what we think of the show. So
Yeah, it's
thank you,
always fun
Datila.
having you on the show. All right, wait, real quick here. Says the sighting should have been Ronda Rousey. She was already wrestling for ROH this week. She should have been announced as official talent.
Yeah,
So
I thought she said she doesn't care about wrestling anymore.
So spoiler alert, Ronda Rousey will be making her ROH debut this Thursday, I think tomorrow. She and Marina Shafir will team up to take on Athena and Billy Starks. I'm not going to tell you who wins that match, but I have the match recorded on my phone. So
it must have been a snooze of a match.
You know what? The crowd was decisive. I would say that. I mean, they were divided. They were really divided on that match.
Yeah, she went from WWE into ROH now.
But I do agree with JJ here. I'm really surprised that it wasn't Ronda Rousey. Because she was already there.
Yeah, can you imagine her teaming up with Marina Shafir?
I think you should. I think you should watch it. I think. I would like for you to get your opinion on it if you watch it.
Hopefully, if I could find it.
It's not a spoiler. Tony posted a graphic. Oh, okay then. Okay, so if it's not a spoiler, then okay, that's good. Alrighty then. Well, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continuous support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, and have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you like Power Rangers, this past Sunday was the 1-year anniversary of JDF's passing. So I did a special live edition of Legacy of Power where I talked about my favorite Tommy-centric episodes. So if you want to check that out, feel free to check that out.
Rest
and
in
as
peace.
far R.I.P. JDF. Always. May the power protect you always. As far as wrestling is concerned, if I don't see you guys Friday after SmackDown, I'll definitely see you guys on Saturday after Survivor Series. I will be doing my Survivor Series predictions on the WrestleManiacs podcast over at A Plus Hero Report. So you want to check that out, feel free to. And I'll see you guys. If I don't see you guys Friday, I'll definitely see you guys Saturday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.